Hi everyone, my name is Liz. I read and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a bookshelf tour, and that's because I just bought this brand new bookshelf a couple weeks ago, I think, and I only got around to today reorganizing my books, and so I just thought I would share with you my bookshelf. So I'm going to do it in two parts. The first part I'm just going to do like an overview of the bookshelves and how I organize it, and then the second half I'll actually go through each individual book. So if you're not interested in seeing exactly what I have book by book, then just watch the first half, and if you're interested, then keep on watching. So I have two bookshelves, as you can see, and I think I'll start with this bookshelf over here. This is my TBR shelf. There's 6 shelves, but I only use 5 of this side for my books, and I will just maybe bring this a tad closer and we'll go shelf by shelf. So these are the first 2 shelves that you can see. So like I said, the left bookshelf is just my TBR shelf. So these are all the books that I have not read yet. And on the first 3 shelves, you can't see the third shelf, but at least for the first 2 are series that I have the entirety of. So I have every single book in the series, but I just have not read it yet. So I have the Cage series trilogy, I have the Ruined trilogy, I have Brandon Sanderson here, Mistborn series, just the first 4. I also have Outlander. This is the only book I have, so it's not really, I'm not really true to what I say. I don't necessarily follow my rules, but these are all my master paperbacks, so I just thought they should stack up there. And then I have the Shades of Magic trilogy. I have the Golden Book of Fairies and the Darkest Powers trilogy. And then here, of course, I have the Throne of Glass. So for the next shelf, again, complete a series that I have not started. So I have the Lux series, I have the Blood of Eden trilogy, and the Conspiracy of Us trilogy right here. And then these books all are series I've started. So these are the sequels of those series that I need to get to. And then down here is, again, books part of a series, but I don't own every single book in that series. So I have the Scythe, I have the Enclave series, I have Replica, Wildwood Dancing, Grace and Fury, Great and Terrible Beauty, Shatter Me, Beautiful Creatures. So I won't list them all, but these are all books. They're all part of a series, but I don't own every single one. So I just thought I will have them here. And all these books so far have either been fantasy, dystopian, or sci-fi. I read a majority of those genres. Now the Lux series, I'm not sure. I think maybe that's historical fiction, but anyways. And I'm gonna have to tilt you. And then down here, these are all, now I meant to move some books, but all these are fantasy, mystery, sci-fi. They have some kind of like fantasy element, and these are all standalone, so I organize that way. And then all of these are everything else that's not part of SFF. So contemporary, mystery, I have historical fiction, and nonfiction, and that's about it. So those are all of the books there. And then further down is just photo albums and Christian nonfiction, but you probably don't want to see that. Now, since I already have you down here, we'll start on the bottom and on our way up. So down here, those are my husband's books, and then this is my monthly TBR, so books I'm reading through this month. Here I have these are all the books I've read that are standalones. I know this doesn't count. I just didn't know where to put it. This is the first book in the Lux series, and I haven't read it yet. And I've technically never read that, but it's not really part of my TBR. But these are all books that, like, I know this is part of a series, and so is this, but I don't own the series, and I don't plan on continuing. So these are kind of like one-off books I have read that are most likely standalones, and mostly contemporary too. So I'll point out next to this stack is, these are all the books part of a series that I have read and that I have not finished yet. So a lot of them are over here that correspond with the series. I kind of liked it how they were right next to each other, so I did it that way. But now to the shelves overview. Over here I have the selection series, as you can see. Okay, and last two shelves. So I have the Iron Fae series. I have read this series before. I'm missing one book because the book is down in my monthly TBR stack, and that's because I've already read, I'm rereading the series, so that's why we have the one book missing there. This is the Wings series. Technically this all should be in this stack because I still have the 5th book to read in the series, but it's there. The Delirium Trilogy that I've read before, and of course Harry Potter. Again, breaking my rules, I've never read this screenplay before, and I probably never will, but it's there. So that is how I organize my bookshelf. Obviously I don't necessarily follow all the rules that I make myself, but yeah, that's how I organize my bookshelf. To be read and read, in my mind it makes a lot of sense. So now I'll go through every single book. If you're not interested, don't feel like you have to watch it, but if you're interested to see all the books that I actually own, then stick around. The Cage, The Hunt, and The Gauntlet by Megan Shepherd. Ruined, Avenged, and Allied by Amy Tintra. Mistborn, The Well of Ascension, The Hero of Ages, and The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. Outlander by Deanna Gabaldon. A Darker Shade of Magic, A Gathering of Shadows, A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. The Golden Book of Fairy by O.R. Melling, which includes The Hunter's Moon, The Summer King, The Lightbearer's Daughter, The Book of Dreams. The Darkest Powers Trilogy by Kelly Armstrong, which include The Summoning, The Awakening, and The Reckoning. The Throne of Glass series that includes The Assassin's Blade, Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Empire Storms, Tower of Dawn, and Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. The Lux series by Anna Godberson, which includes The Lux, Rumors, Envy, and Splendor. The Blood of Eden trilogy by Julie Kagawa, which include The Immortal Rules, The Eternity Cure, and The Forever Song. The Conspiracy of Us trilogy by Maggie Hall, which include The Conspiracy of Us, Map of Fates, and The Ends of the World. The Something Strange and Deadly series by Suzanne Dennard, which includes Something Strange and Deadly, A Darkness Strange and Lovely, and Strange Ever After. The Tandem duology by Anna Jarzab, which include Tandem and Tethered. The Wrath and the Dawn duology, which include The Wrath and the Dawn and The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Adier. The Lone City trilogy, which include The Jewel, The White Rose, and The Black Key, written by Amy E. Wing. So I have Soulless, Changeless, and Blameless by Gail Carriger, which are the first 3 books in the Parasol Protectorate series. I have the Remnant Chronicles, which consists of The Kiss of Deception, The Heart of Betrayal, and The Beauty of Darkness, written by Mary E. Pearson. The 3 books I have of Leigh Bardugo are The Rune and Rising, The King of Scars, and The Language of Thorns, all part of the Grishaverse. First 2 books in the Scythe series, which include Scythe and Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. This is book 1, 2, and 4, part of the Razorland trilogy. This is a companion novel after. These are Enclaved, Outpost, and Vanguard, all written by Anne Aguirre. I have Replica by Lauren Oliver, Wildwood Dancing by Juliette Meriller, Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart, A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray, Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi, Beautiful Creatures by Tammy Garcia and Margaret Stoll, Bewitching Season by Marissa Doyle, Blood Red Road and Rebel Heart by Maura Young, Wither and Fever by Lauren DiStefano, The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan, Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson, The Many Lives of John Stone by Linda Buckley Archer, The Radiant Road by Catherine Catmull, The Gilded Cage by Lucinda Gray, Dreamland by Robert L. Anderson, The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, A Curse Dark as Gold by Elizabeth C. Bunce, The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, Becoming by Michelle Obama, Confessions of a Jane Austen Addict by Lori Vera Rigler, Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella, Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett, Hello, Goodbye, and Everything in Between by Jennifer E. Smith, The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness, Through to You by Lauren Barnholt, Wherever Grace is Needed by Elizabeth Bass, Hunger by Roxane Gay, Whatever Life Throws at You by Julie Cross, Belgravia by Julian Fellows, The Fill-In Boyfriend by Casey West, Longborn by Joe Baker, Kiss by Jill Mansell, And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, Remember Me by Sophie Kinsella, Nicola and the Viscount by May Cabot. So I have the Harry Potter series, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, The Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, The Deathly Hallows, and then the screenplay for The Crimes of Grindelwald. I have the Delirium Trilogy, which consists of Delirium, Pandemonium, and Requiem by Lauren Oliver. I have the first trilogy of the Iron Face series, which consists of the Iron King, the Iron Daughter, and the Iron Queen, written by Julie Kagwa. I have the spin-off book, which is the Iron Knight. The short story collection, which is the Iron Legends. I also have the spin-off series, Call of the Forgotten, which is The Lost Prince, The Iron Traitor, and The Iron Warrior. I have the Wings series, which consists of Wings, Spells, Illusions, Destined, and Arabesque, all written by April Lynn Pike. I have the Selection series, which consists of The Selection, The Elite, The One, The Heir, The Crown. Also, I have Happily Ever After, which is short stories, all by Kira Cass. The Only Thing Worse Than Me Is You by Lily Anderson. I have a second edition of The Lux by Anna Godbersen. I have the Blue Fairy book, edited by Andrew Lang. The Undomestic Goddess by Sophie Kinsella. The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. Shopaholic Takes Manhattan by Sophie Kinsella. Just Ella by Margaret Peterson Haddock. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Princess for Hire by Lindsay Levitt. Peter Pan by J. M. Barrie. Fairy Tale Battle Royale by Sorejo Ina. 1,000 Beginnings and Endings, edited by Ellen O. and Elsie Chapman. The last of the books are my husband's. We have 11/22/63 by Stephen King, So Anyway by John Cleese, Star Wars Rogue Planet by Greg Bear, The Name of the Wind, and The Wise Men Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. So that took a long time. And my bookcase is a mess now. Oh well, that's totally fine. That was definitely fun making that. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you have not done so. You can follow me on Goodreads, Twitter, and Instagram. And you know what, guys? I want you to keep reading. Bye.